Welcome to KVCC Action Basketball, direct from Cougar Arena on the campus of Kalamazoo Valley Community College. Today's opening round of the Division II Regional Tournament finds the KVCC Cougars playing the top-seeded Raiders of Oakland Community College. The Cougars have had a 10-day gap since their last game, and now the team has their initial test in the regional tourney. They'll need to be in top form to match up with the size and quickness of this Oakland squad. Hi, I'm Dave Hauser, and along with my partner Gordon Miller, we'll be describing the game. Our cameraman Russ Rogo will follow the action, and Bill Trush will gather the stats. Let's get an update on the team now as we switch to our pregame interview with Coach Shilts. Coach, this is the first year for this divisional matchup that's, the regional tourney, Division II, I should say. What has been your response so far from the participating teams?
I think people have really liked it, Dave. Feedback that I've gotten has been very positive, and we wish that there had been more teams attending. We could have had up to 16 teams. We could have had 3 teams from Ohio. But we ended up with 9 teams, and everybody's excited about it, I think. It gives everybody a second chance after a state tournament. Of course, the state tournament includes those Division I teams, but of course, you know how strong Division II is. The Division II won the state tournament. As a matter of fact, there were 2 Division II teams in the finals of the state tournament. So Division II basketball, I think, is getting off to a real good start in the state of Michigan.
Now, you've played this Oakland team once early in the season. You've had a chance to watch them last week and see them on films. What's your comments on their team?
Well, the whole key in the game, Dave, I think is going to be how well we can handle the ball against their quickness and how well we're able to rebound against them, because they certainly have a powerful inside rebounding team. And Howard Dranth pulled a groin muscle last Friday and hasn't been able to practice with us full practice since then. And I'm going to start him today. He says it feels pretty good, and we've been resting it for 5 or 6 days now. And I don't know how long he'll be able to go. He did try to keep running, but if that bothers him quick, we'll have to get him out of there. And the key, of course, you've seen their team, and you know how they go inside with Gardner, and Jones is an outstanding player. Gardner's a powerful inside player and jumper. Plus, Holt can get hot from the outside, had 33 against Highland Park. So they have all the ingredients of a state championship team, and we'll have to run when it's there and set it up when it isn't, and just take excellent shots and work the ball well and just battle like crazy on the boards to stay even with them.
Now, even though you don't have a very high seeding in this tournament, Southwestern gave Oakland all they wanted, and you beat Southwestern here. Oakland knows that. You played Oakland tough here, 77-71. They're not going to take you lightly today.
No, I was saying earlier, Dave, that I think this probably would have been a good year not to play Oakland. So I'd like for them to come in here and be surprised. But they're not going to be surprised. They know we have a good team, and they know that we have excellent shooters. So they're going to be out after us, and that's okay too. The fact that Southwestern battled them to the buzzer, I think, indicates that, as I just told the team a few minutes ago, we aren't playing Supermen. I mean, they're excellent players. They're good jumpers. They've got a good team, and they've beaten a lot of people this year. But with 5 minutes to go in December in our game here, the score was tied. You know, so we'll have to play well. We won't have to play the greatest game that we've ever played, but we'll just have to play very well to have a chance to win this game, and we look forward to the challenge.
Okay, very good. Well, good luck, Coach.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay, we're getting set for action here in tonight's ball game, and now we'll have our usual beginning with the national anthem.
This afternoon's contest, we have the Kalamazoo Valley Community College Cougars facing Oakland Community College Raiders. This afternoon's running lineups. Please stand and join with us in singing our national anthem.
Okay, now for the introduction of our starting lineups. Andy Cleary, number 20 at 4 points per game. Number 40, Gary Holt at 6'2". Chuck Lewis, 11 points per game, number 24. Number 24, Rodney Thompson, 6'3". Tim Bovey, number 22 at 8 points per game. Darryl Darling at 6'3", number 22. Ed Finch, number 42 at 19 points per game. Number 30, Willie Jones, 6'6". Number 41, Howard Drenth at 13 points per game. And number 52, Patrick Gardner at 6'5". Today, the Raiders are coached by Leonard Cole. The Cougars by Coach Dick Shilts. Gordon, you had a chance to visit with Coach Cole. What did you find out?
Well, Dave, Coach Cole is a former coach at Oakland Community College. Their coach this year is Tom McPhillips, who has medical problems, and so he has not coached much of the year. And then Fred Thoman is the assistant coach, and he's coached a part of the year, and then he couldn't make it today because of his teaching responsibilities at the school. And so Leonard Cole has taken over. He didn't see the game the other night. He thought they played Highland Park, not Southwestern. And he said he's familiar with the team, but I don't expect to see a lot of new wrinkles today because you wouldn't come in, and they're 21-3. You wouldn't come in and change things right now. So they're going to press, and like Coach Schill said, they're going to go hard at the boards and stuff, and that's the way they get the ball inside.
Okay, Ed Finch and Willie Jones jumping center, and Willie Jones controls that tip for Oakland. Our referees today are Ken Sudall and Dick Honing. Rodney Thompson with the ball. Gary Holt, he likes to shoot long, puts it into Jones. Good shot, no good. Rebound, Howard Drenth. Gives it off to Chuck Lewis. Howard Drenth is playing hurt today. He has an injured groin muscle. Ed Finch takes the first shot. He scores it. 2-0. Good start for the Cougars.
Yeah, Dave, this you mentioned there was a close game with Kalamazoo Valley and Oakland. They were 77-71. Oakland won. Here we go. That evens it up.
Yeah, Gary Holt let fly from 25 and scored that bucket.
This could be a real disadvantage not to have a coach who's familiar with the team.
Oh, yeah.
About all he can do is put him out there and let him play at this point.
Well, another thing, Oakland does foul quite a bit with their aggressive style, and if using it's one thing to use your first 5 players, but to use your second 5 in there effectively can be difficult sometimes. Chuck Lewis gets that long rebound, puts it off to Andy Cleary. We got a break. Tim Bowie gets it underneath, puts it up too hard. He's a little intimidated by Holt and Thompson.
Yep, that was a good play, though.
Yeah. That's one thing the Cougars have to watch for today is some long rebounds, because Oakland does like to bomb away, but
yeah, as we mentioned, and Coach Shilts mentioned the other day, that's how they get the ball inside, is just to fire it up from a long ways away.
Yeah.
And let their rebounders go to work.
Cougars had position, but the rebound didn't quite come to him. Now they have it. Howard Drenth with his second rebound of the evening.
Well, it doesn't look like that groin's bothering him particularly right now. Let's hope that he's well.
Okay, Andy Cleary with the ball. It's going to take me a while to get used to saying this afternoon's game instead of this evening's game, Gordon.
They have their blue jerseys on, too, since they have away jerseys on today.
Chuck Lewis from about 18 feet. Looks good, is good. We had the right angle for that shot.
That's right. But we are the home team on the scoreboard, despite the fact that we have our visitors' uniforms on.
4-2 now in favor of the Cougars. They're off to a good start. 17 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Gary Holt with the ball. Gets it into Gardner. That's trouble. That's 2 points. One thing, if you can prevent Oakland from scoring, well, Patrick Gardner's going to jam. Oh, he missed it.
It could have been a technical for hanging on the rim, too.
Yeah, that was a wide open dunk, but did not fall. Chuck Lewis from 20 feet. He's got it.
While the ball was in the air, I was going to question whether that was a good shot. But I had the good sense to wait until it went in and just keep my mouth shut.
Well, what I was in the process of saying was, well, heck, now I forgot.
If you keep Oakland from scoring.
Oh, if you keep them from scoring the bucket, that's hard on their press because they can't set it up.
Yeah.
In other words, if you get a rebound, why then you've got no interference getting that ball down the floor. Rodney Thompson and Darrell Darling put together a steal. Gary Holt puts in the basket.
Okay, well, if Valley has another turnover, you can bet we'll see a timeout here.
Well, remember Southwestern had this same problem early on in that game last Saturday night, excuse me.
That's right.
These afternoon games.
It's nice to get away from work, though, Dave. I was kind of looking forward to coming out here instead of a day at the mill.
Okay. Well, Darrell Darling has the ball. Gardner starts a drive. Slapped away by Andy Cleary. Picked up by Ed Finch and off to Chuck Lewis. 8-6 in favor of Oakland, and we'll call that the first foul on Oakland. First foul of the game goes on Gary Holt. He was in foul trouble the other night. Fouled out with a couple minutes to go against Southwestern. 16:33 remaining in the first half. It's 8-6 in favor of Oakland. I was just watching Howard Drenth to see how his mobility looked inside. He seems to be moving quite well. Yeah. He pushed off Darrell Darling on that play. But Howard seems to be going up and down with no apparent discomfort.
Yeah. You mentioned the Southwestern game. That was a tremendous game for the people who missed it. 77-76, I believe it was, and it was decided in the last minute or in the last second when the ball bounced off the rim.
Okay, we get the high lob pass into Gardner. Puts the Raiders up by 4, 10-6 at the 16:09 mark. Gardner will have one free throw. Chance to increase that lead to 5. And he does just that. Ed Finch taking the ball out of bounds, gets it into Andy Cleary. Now it's back to Ed. Andy Cleary does a good job of getting it up floor. Howard Drenth has about a 15-footer, a little short. Rebound Holt. Oakland's on the run. Cougars back fast. Now Gardner starts a drive, puts it up and in. Oh, good pass by Chuck Lewis. Good feed to Howard Drenth. 2 points and one more coming.
Well, Dave, Chucky Lewis did something at the other end of the floor, or the Cougars did, in getting the ball out of bounds quite a bit quicker than they have before. The first times when they were breaking the press, they were a little more deliberate, and that time they just pitched the ball in right away, and that may be a key to breaking that press.
Well, there's a great pass that will not get any statistics, but Chuck Lewis sure created that play with that sharp pass to Tim Bovee.
Yep.
Okay, 13-9 now, 4-point ball game. 15:39 left in the first half. Oakland into their weave, gets it into Willie Jones. No good, rebound, comes out. Stolen away by Chuck Lewis. He has it under control. And intimidated a little bit by Gardner as he takes his eye off the ball. And that goes out of bounds to Oakland. I was curious to see what he was going to do there.
Yeah, I was too.
Gardner's got about a foot advantage on him. Plus, Gardner's quite a leaper. So, Jones from the corner from about 20 feet, and he puts it right through the middle. Chuck Lewis gets that ball in quick down to Tim Bovee. We've got 2-on-2. And it goes off Howard Drenth's hands after Gary Holt deflects it. 15-9 in favor of Oakland. Now there, the Cougars did a good job on the press, and still that quickness of Oakland came back to haunt them with that deflected pass. Holt lets fly from about 25 feet. He's got it. Okay, the Cougars break that press. Andy Cleary with the ball. Ed Finch. Howard Drenth puts it inside, up and over. Okay, 17-11. They needed that bucket. Again, this is one of those teams you don't want to get far from it.
Yeah, now the other day, though, at the end of the game, they did not show good patience. They keep firing that ball up.
So if you stay close,
you'll have a shot at them.
But they are hitting much better from the outside tonight than they did against Southwestern. Early in the game, they missed several of those 15, 20-footers. Andy Cleary with a free throw. He's got it.
Well, the last couple of minutes, Kalamazoo Valley's got some good shots off, too. Yeah,
I'm glad to see them shoot quick. They don't seem to be too intimidated by this speed and size of Oakland. 19-13 in favor of the Raiders. Gardner drives the lane, puts up a 15-footer, and he shoots it, scores it.
They must have hit 5 in a row here.
Yeah. Oh, there's a breakaway. Andy Cleary puts it up over Gardner, and Gardner backed off. I was a little surprised that he backed off of that shot, Gordon.
Yeah, well, he had a little foul trouble the other night, too, and he may be gun-shy.
Well, it could be that Coach Cole, not knowing the players very well, said, let's just not be too aggressive right now.
Yeah.
Fouls on Andy Cleary. That's the third team foul. Andy's first. Barry Brookhuizen did not dress for today's game. He hurt his ankle the other day. Willie Jones puts it in off the glass from about 18 feet. Oakland takes off their goes to a half-court press, half-court zone press. Ooh, a great pass by Lewis again to break the press. Andy Cleary starts a drive. Chuck Lewis gets his man up in the air, shoots about a 16-footer and scores it. 23-17. Chuck's shooting a lot better than he did at Lake Michigan here a week ago.
Yeah, he did. He was on kind of a cold spell. Both teams have been shooting very well the last few minutes.
Gary Holt was looking for a foul. There was no call. Thompson from about 25 feet. Now, I was going to say, those 25-footers don't keep falling consistently very long.
Yeah, you hate to live on those.
Okay, Chuck Lewis. Now Howard Rent to Andy Cleary. Good passing. Ed Finch a little short with that shot. Darryl Darling with the rebound. Gary Holt with the ball. Like to have seen the Cougars score on that one. They worked the ball very well, but could not cash in. 23-17, 12:29 remaining in the first half. Oh, a lot of body contact inside there.
Yeah.
Ed Finch went right up with Willie Jones and created some, Howard Drentz went up with Willie Jones and created some problems on that dunk, but Jones will be shooting 2 from the line. That's Howard's second foul, so he's going to have to be careful. Wouldn't be too surprised to see Gary Andre come in about now for Howard.
Yeah. Now, he's been a little sick the last few weeks, although he apparently is all right now.
Yep. Okay, Chuck Lewis with the ball. Andy Cleary now on top. Oakland in a zone defense. Looks like 2-1-2. Or 2-3.
Yeah.
Gets it inside, and Patrick Gardner strips it from Howard Drenth. Andy Cleary back on defense, but Gardner has a little too much size and depth there, or size and physical stature for defense to stop it. Makes that score 26-17, a 9-point lead for the Raiders. Andy Cleary is looking into Howard Drenth, but he's pretty well covered. Now quick pass to Tim Bovee. Tries to pass to Howard. Saved by Andy Cleary. Cougars working the ball, but having a little trouble getting it inside for that good shot. We've got about 10 seconds left in this shot sequence. They're going to have to put one up in a hurry now. Andy Cleary gets one from 15 feet. No good. Rebound, Willie Jones. And Darryl Darling may have hit his head on the floor on that. I think he got his feet tangled with Willie Jones' feet. And he's on the floor and in quite a bit of pain right now, but seems to be coming out of it.
Yeah, he took a hard fall.
And let's see, number 34, I believe that's Willie Somerville coming into the lineup now for Oakland. And we've got timeout on the floor, 11:06 remaining, 26-17 in favor of Oakland.
Okay, now listen, man. The game is going to get away from us unless we understand what I'm going to say to you right now. We want to come down the floor, and if we don't have an easy shot off of the press breaker, we want to set the ball up and run the clock down about 20 to 25 seconds before we shoot it. We understand that? We can't get in a racehorse game against this team. It's just the only question left is how many they beat us by. Do we understand that? We must be able to take good shots and work the clock down. Now, everybody together, that puts a great premium on your ball handling, on your movement without the basketball. If they're in that zone, I want you guards, all 3 people, perimeter people, to back that ball out, get 2 people out there together and a 3rd person, and work the clock down. They might go right back man to man. That's great if they do. If they go back man to man, then run tighten until the clock gets down to 20, 25 seconds, and then attack it. If you now stay alert inside for a pass underneath, I know it. That's why I want you to back it out. Back it out there and make them spread that zone out. If they spread it out, well, not in tighten. You're just going to back out to midcourt and pass the ball to the perimeter people. You're going to go high. If they spread the zone out, you go high and you go low and snap the ball down underneath. Try to get a layup on it. So spread them out and then get it.
Well, Coach Shilts wants to affect the tempo of the game a little bit, have Kalamazoo Valley slow the game down, and that'll affect the number of possessions that the 2 teams have in the game, and he thinks that Kalamazoo Valley will do a little better with fewer possessions.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Oakland moving the ball around the perimeter. Valley staying in a zone. They force it inside to Willie Jones, and he puts it up and through. 28-17, an 11-point advantage. And it's intercepted by Thompson. Gives a lob to Somerville. No good. Rebound, Holt. Oh, that's unusual. Looked like Gary Holt was all over Ed Finch's back in that call. But they gave it the foul to Ed Finch.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a surprise.
That's 15 foul against the Cougars. Gardner has it inside, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Ed Finch. Now the Cougars will be setting up, see if they can work that patient game, maybe get Oakland out of their flow. And they've got to do a little more movement than that, though, right now.
Shot clock is at 25. It's at 18.
There's a good pass. Oh.
Well, that was what they wanted until it went out of bounds. That was good pass.
I'm sure Tim Bovey thought Ed Finch was going to go right up with that jump hook, but can't really fault Ed on that pass. It looked like a good pass to Tim. 28-17 with 9:54 remaining. Somerville with the ball out to Holt. Thompson looks inside. Cougars collapse on Gardner. Looks like Daryl Darling must be okay. Looks like he's going to check in the next dead ball. Willie Jones turns around and scores that bucket. Willie Jones, first team All-Stater. He's showing you why. He's awful tough inside. Andy Cleary has an open 10-footer. It's blocked. Ed Finch retrieves the ball, puts it up and in over Thompson. Okay, 30-19 at 11-point advantage for Oakland. 9:11 left in the first half. There's Holt from about 30 feet, no good. He gets his own rebound, puts up another one. He scores that one. 32-19. Pass is deflected out of bounds, I think, by Gardner. Matt Lehman's getting ready to check into the game. Howard Drenth getting ready to come back. Okay, Chuck Lewis and Ed Finch take their first break. 32-19 at the 8:50 mark. Matt Lehman takes that shot, no good. Rebound out to Somerville. But looking inside, Rod Thompson has it out on top. Now Gardner starts a drive, puts up a 10-footer, and he's got it. Gardner's having a strong offensive game, and Jones so far. Daryl Darling tips that ball away, and Somerville catches the line as he saves the ball. Cougars down by 15. 34-19 with 8:16 left in the first half. Cougars having trouble right now penetrating that zone. Matt Lehman gets about a 16-footer. No good. Tip Gary Andre, no good. Rebound Daryl Darling. And we've got a foul, I guess, on Gary Andre, his first. And that's the 6th-team foul for the Cougars. One more, and Oakland shoots 1-1. Oakland has only 2 team fouls so far, Gordon.
Yep. Well, the wheels have kind of fallen off here in the first half. Whatever could go wrong has gone wrong. Kalamazoo Valley's rebounding has not looked good so far in this game, nor is their ball handling against the press.
Well, that zone, they're getting burned right at the about 10-foot mark. Gardner and there Daryl Darling just drove across the lane. They're going to have to tighten that up somehow. They've had several baskets in around the 10-foot range that they're just too high a percentage shot. Cougars doing their best to work that ball around, but
well, I think that's what they have to do. Oakland does gamble a lot on defense, and
Tim Bovee goes right up with a shot, and he goes over Jones. 36-21. 6:56 now left in the first half. Thompson starts a drive. Oh, rebound Gardner. He's up with it strong. Cougars break the press. Andy Cleary out on top. Back to Matt Lehman now. Looking inside, but there's a whole lot of Raiders inside. Ed Finch getting ready to check back into the game.